Hi.
And good afternoon. I almost say good morning.
Right.
How you
Uh,
doing?
what's going on, good people? Um, okay. Hope you guys are all doing well on this glorious Monday morning. No, Monday
Yeah,
after whatever. What time is it?
whatever
Monday
time it is
afternoon.
today.
Right. Monday afternoon.
I have to say,
Um,
I'm enjoying the weather. I like that it's cooler out a little bit now.
yo, hoodie and boot season is my favorite season.
Yeah,
I love wearing sweaters. I love wearing boots. So all that humidity and stuff is for the birds.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like summer to a certain point. Then it's like, all right, I'm done.
Like if I can go in a pool and just like cool off, then fine. But if not, I don't need it.
But who can do that all day, you know? But I just I like I'm cool with the summer. I'm like, around mid August, I'm like, ready for some cold, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But we said hopefully. I heard that it's going to get be a tough winter this year, which
Well,
wouldn't surprise me with everything else that's going on for
yeah.
2020.
Well, we didn't have any snow last year, so
Yeah,
this will make up for it. But they said that this year too. It's gonna be the hardest winter we have experienced. And it was like so humid
we
and
didn't get
it
anything. But I
wasn't
mean,
even
we're
wasn't
supposed to have some snow, so I want to go back to like some sense of normalcy
mm,
and get at least a sprinkle.
yeah, right. And people get all excited about that. I'm like, it's not that cold. That means all the germs aren't being killed.
Yeah, we need some snow this year.
Yeah. When it's not that cold, all these the bugs and stuff, and no wonder why we got so many darn bugs and everything. Let it be cold. Let us do its thing.
Yeah,
There was a delay on Facebook. It just came up like a minute ago, I think.
it popped up on time for me.
Oh, okay. Might be mine. There you go, Kevin Johnson. Love the fall. Yeah, see? What's up? Come
Yeah,
on, y'all. Y'all come on in. What's up, Debbie? Hey, Odessa. Um,
Odessa says no
Ife.
snow, please.
No,
Just
snow.
a little bit of snow. Come on.
For the weather outs. We haven't had we haven't had a
A white
white
Christmas.
Christmas
I
in a long
know
time. I would one day I would love to wake up and it's snowing outside on Christmas.
that would be the best.
That'd be cool.
We got close one year. It came like a few days afterwards.
Yeah, kind of sucked. I was like, just let it snow. But I mean, especially now because I don't know about you. Thanksgiving dinner, I ain't trying to be up in. If this thing is still going on, man, I ain't gonna be all up in front of in everybody's house and stuff like that.
No,
Ain't
no.
happening. It's stuck in a room with all them people. No.
Even though they're your family,
Huh?
I said even though they're your family.
Yeah, I don't know where they been. I don't know where they been.
What's that noise?
Oh, sorry. I don't know where they been. Shoot.
No,
Mm-mm.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
It's gonna be small. I might go visit with a mask and leave, but
No, virtual, a first FaceTime Thanksgiving.
it's something. I mean, it depends if it's still like this, especially if like when it gets cooler out and um, flu season kicks in and people sick and all that. I'm trying to just look out
Yeah.
for. I'm not even just me per se, but more my family too. My older family and all that.
Mhm.
You know,
Thanks, Debbie.
I'm good. I don't want. I'm doing it because I love them too.
Yeah. No. And you gotta be careful this year.
Yeah. Plus, I ain't trying to be around people like that. This thing's still going on. If I do come, I'll be like sitting in another place. You know,
It's
staying.
crazy though. Like it's almost been a year of this.
Yeah. Yeah. And who knew if we would have jumped on this early as a country, and did what we supposed to do, we wouldn't be in this position.
Mhm.
But you know how we are. You know how we are as people. Y'all come on
Yeah.
in and share, 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 share,
Thanks, Kife.
share, share, share as much as you can. Um, pumpkin spice season is back. Praise the Lord, saints.
I'm not a pumpkin spice person.
Really,
Yeah.
man, I could go and get pumpkin spice coffee. I would go to Wawa and get one like every day.
Really?
It was
I
bad.
know.
It was bad.
It was a big deal on the news that I guess Dunkin' Donuts has theirs out now.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They're bringing them out earlier. Before it was just like late September or September,
Yeah.
October, but now they're having it all September, all October. I had to like force myself to stop. I was like $1.50 a cup.
Yeah.
You go
Adds
like
up.
almost every day. Yeah, that adds up.
I know someone who would get 7 cups at a time.
Why?
They're a coffee addict or something. I don't know.
That's an addiction.
Yeah.
So it was off. It wasn't to spread it and give it to other people.
No, it's all for themselves.
It's like cigarettes. Jeez,
Mm-hmm.
that's like smoking a pack a day. But I love me some pumpkin spice coffee. I'm gonna get the K cups now
Mm-hmm.
and use those. But when I think Wawa usually does the coffee any size for $1 in October, I think it's October. And yeah, I'm gonna go have some fun then probably. Not every day though, but I'm having some fun.
I don't get it. Now, talking about fall and fall stuff, candy corn. I got my first bag of candy corn.
Right. I am muted. Candy corn.
Yeah.
Thumbs
So
down.
good. But I got so excited when I saw it.
Candy corn is like
It's real
chewing
early, though.
on crayons.
But crayons taste better. I mean, candy corn tastes better than crayons.
Crayons taste better?
No, I meant candy corn tastes better.
Crayons taste better? Yo, what is wrong with you? Wait a minute. First off,
That's not what I meant.
no, wait a minute. Hold up. Either way you say this, we're gonna get to some serious stuff.
Candy corn tastes better than crayons.
Wait a minute. First off, candy corn tasting better than crayons implies that you've eaten crayons.
I have never had crayons, no, but I can imagine that the
No.
candy corn would taste better.
You said candy corn.
That was by accident.
Yeah, but I flipped it. I fixed it. I said, well, candy corn tastes better than crayons. That means you eaten crayons.
You said it. How do you know that? Okay.
I said candy corn.
No. Well, let's put this out for the record now. No, I have not had crayons, but I can imagine that candy corn would taste better than crayons.
Candy corn is disgusting. It is a spawn of Satan. It is a devil itself incarnate. All right. That's
just with me. That's all that matters.
We don't worry about those people those of you that like candy corn. It is disgusting. Hold on. For the church. Yeah, you can keep this for the church. Sorry. Yes. Anyway, yes, candy corn is disgusting, but pumpkin, I'm all for pumpkin spice coffee. The only thing I don't like, I got a pumpkin spice latte from Wawa today, and I didn't like the aftertaste. I don't like lattes, but I wanted to try it. And I just, I stick to regular coffee.
No, I don't like spice. So, like, I don't like pumpkin pie and, like, all that stuff. Anything with spice, cinnamon. You
don't like cinnamon?
No.
You don't put cinnamon in your sweet potatoes?
Nope.
What is wrong with you?
You like my sweet potato pies, though.
Who hurt you as a child? Like what?
Just because I don't like cinnamon?
Does your parents watch this like this? I know your mom checks it every now and then. Does your dad watch too? Sometimes.
I don't know.
I need to talk to your parents to see what in the world.
The same thing could be said for you not liking potato salad.
When I was a child, I would eat it, but again, maybe because I had it so many times, I don't like it anymore. That I don't enjoy it, but at least I like try it. But see, here's the thing: cinnamon versus potato salad. Cinnamon is a universal thing. Potato salad is like usually for barbecues. You eat that maybe a few times a year. Cinnamon kind of spreads out along your dessert menu for the course of the year. What is wrong with you? I got to talk to your parents because I'm concerned about how you were brought up.
Hey, I mean, not everything needs it.
I'm talking about as waste of food. Other stuff, cool. So you like hot dogs, the burnt hot dogs. You don't like cinnamon. You don't like pumpkins. I like sweet potato pie better than pumpkin pie, but at least pumpkin pie tastes good.
Well, the reason I don't like pumpkin pie is because it has the spices. So maybe if it didn't have that, I would like it.
But the pumpkin pie needs spices because pumpkin pie on its own is pretty trash. So it needs a little it needs a little assistance. You need help. Oh, your mom said it's not us. Yeah.
No way.
They're probably just as confused. They're like, what in the world? I hope you guys, y'all, those that watch this norm faithfully, y'all used to our banter for like the first 15 minutes before we get into something serious. But I'm just confused. Mama LaBoo, I don't know what to do with this girl. I don't know. How, like, is your brother the same way?
He'll eat anything.
What happened to you? Did you fall on your head or?
No, I just like what I like. Everyone has their preferences, right? I don't like spice. You don't
like your food touching?
No.
You're an enigma. You're an enigma. It's just weird.
Oh gosh.
Y'all please share so we can get started on the topic.
Yes, please.
So we can get off of mine, but I'm gonna bring it up eventually. Something's gonna come up. I'm gonna bring up how you don't like. But you like candy corn.
Candy corn is good. It's good.
It's all of it is sugar.
Okay, a lot of things that we eat have sugar in it.
No, it's just
you don't eat it like
sugar. It's all sugar. It tastes like the rind of the watermelon. Sugar. I know you got
everything in moderation.
You know, I almost said something. Really, I'm tired today too, and I literally almost.
You're going to slip up one day.
And yo,
we'll slip up yesterday.
Yo, yesterday was like that. It was like that. And then twice today almost came out. That and a few other words almost came out. She's not peculiar. She's weird. So, you like mac and cheese, though, right?
Yes, burnt.
Okay. Oh, you like the word burnt crust on? You like so you like the corner piece then?
Mm-hmm.
It's all crusty and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
But you don't like banana pudding, right? Anyway, so we're talking about maximizing moments today. Stop, because I can't take it. I can't deal with you.
Really? Is it that bad?
Yeah, I love you, but when it comes to food, I just can't deal with you. Just
oh gosh.
You know. So maximizing moments. We'll get to some serious stuff. Y'all throw your questions in, and we'll continue to have some fun and banter and at Maya's expense and enjoy ourselves. But y'all know what? Check out the recap at 5:30, right?
Yes.
Today it's just in the group.
No,
right?
It's going to be on all pages.
On all pages.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all will see how on the recap, Maya is more boisterous. She comes and drops her nuggets. On here, she just kind of just looks at me like, keep talking.
That's because you're just sharing the wisdom, Pastor Nick, and I'm just taking it in.
Stop lying. Look at this. Maya needs Jesus. Thank you.
I got Jesus. Thank you.
She needs a lot of him. And you got your little fans in the comment section, but we don't pay no attention to them.
No, I ain't right.
So, maximize. So now, just to be a little transparent, I'm gonna make this. Probably gonna post about this one day eventually, but unfortunately, you know, we all know Chadwick passed away.
Yeah. From
colon cancer. It's amazing that he did those amount of films in that short time during chemo and surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And
multiple surgeries.
Yeah, and nobody knew. The people that he worked with, that directed on the movie set with him, had no idea.
Wow. First
off, I give it up to his inner circle because they never leaked it.
Talk about trust.
Yeah.
Having the right people in your corner.
Absolutely. And nobody in the hospital leaked it for money. You know, none of that stuff.
Wow.
That speaks volumes. That because usually somebody's going to spill the tea for some money.
Mm-hmm.
Take pictures and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's one side of it we can talk about is the trust piece. But I think we talked about it a little last night was I saw a lot of people talking about how they were looking, how it was good for them to see a minority character on TV and in the movies and those things like that. And that gave them a sense of value. Yeah. Versus just seeing us as thugs and so on, so on, so. And I appreciate that. I really do. And it had me thinking that I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to look outside of my family circle or outside of look at TV or movies to see my first superhero and what a good black man can be. Yeah. You know, you grew up with a very good father, still with you. My grandfather was that for me. And, you know, we're going to talk about maximizing relationships today while people are still alive and valuing them. There are moments I wish I can get back with my grandfather again, in good ways, not bad, just those positive experiences.
Yeah.
You wish you can get back, but you can't.
Right.
I'm gonna try.
I think too, sometimes like people realize like you don't know how good you had it until it's gone.
Until it's gone. Yep. And I'm gonna try not to cry my eyes out during this.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
I'm not going to. But
it's okay if you do though.
I know. But talk about it makes me emotional. You know.
Yeah.
He passed away like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. But I think a lot of maximizing our relationships is learning who are the positive forces in our lives, and like you said, valuing them while they're still alive. You know, I was fortunate enough again to have my first superhero. I can go over his house when I wanted to when he was living in New Jersey. And when he moved to South Carolina, I can just go down there or call him or whatever like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that in their immediate circle. And they have to look at outside to see that representation.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing. See how she does me, y'all?
No, it's true. And then sometimes people find it in the wrong areas and they don't know of anything better. Yeah.
Especially if you grew up in certain neighborhoods and all you see is drug dealers, or especially for black young men, the rappers and all that stuff like that. And I grew up when hip hop started really making it big. So, you know, I know darn well I shouldn't have been listening to the Chronic album when I was in junior high. That's Dr. Dre. It's, you know, his first album.
Okay.
And, you don't know. Don't even worry about it.
You don't know what I know.
You didn't know because you was looking like, the Chronic album. Okay. I saw those representations of black men as either just rappers, drug dealers, or athletes. But I was fortunate enough to have the other side of seeing black men be doctors, lawyers, preachers, these other things to balance me out. And I knew them, which helped me, you know, with God, of course. I believe God's hand was really on my life, helped me stay on the straight and narrow because I had exposure. Yeah. You know, and I think if there's one thing we've learned is to value relationships. And as they say, give people their roses while they're alive. You know, and how we can better maximize our relationships. Are you going to spend your whole life mad at this person? Or are you going to forgive and move on? Yeah. You going to spend your whole life upset? Or are you going to forgive and move on? It doesn't mean you're going to restore the relationship. You can if you want to, but it doesn't mean you have to. But I think that we need to kind of all, especially now with all the pandemic and the deaths and everything, value people while they're still here.
Life is short, and I think that's part of what made Chadwick Boseman pass in such a shock, is that he was so young. You wouldn't expect, and he looked so strong, you wouldn't expect, you know, someone like him who looks like him to be dead at 43 and of colon cancer, you know? Yeah.
And I think there was a photo of him out.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when he did that video, he was looking real small. I was like, well, maybe he's looking for a part. Maybe he's, you know, lose, because the actors do that all the time. They bulk up, they slim down. And then like looking back at all the different appearances in between movies, he was frail.
You can see it now.
Smaller. And you kind of figured out, oh, he wasn't just losing weight. He was like, you know.
Yeah. And the thing that makes it so heartbreaking too is that people were making fun of him in the weight loss. Yeah. Like you never know what people are going through.
Exactly. And the internet always goes for the joke first.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's some funny stuff that happens on the internet. But I think social media is taking away our impersonal nature, which is taken away from our humanity too. And we go for the joke first. Yeah. Without thinking of the humanity of the person. Yeah. And this is what cracks me up about social media people, especially like social media comics and influencers and stuff. You build your whole platform on making fun of other people, working with their drama, exposing their drama. But when it comes down to you, it's
I don't like it.
I don't like it. But you build your whole platform on that. It's going to come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to come back on you.
Yep. Sooner or later.
You build your platform on making fun of people and exposing them and, making videos about their faults and stuff like that. What do you think is going to happen when your turn comes around?
Yeah.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So, I think social media is taken away from. I'm almost done ranting. Social media, I know you like it. Social media is taken away from our humanity.
Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking about was, I think all of this posting, all of our personal stuff, our personal lives, pictures, videos, posts, all the time, not sometime, but the consistency of always posting online and using our negatives to get attention. Social media, especially marketers, if it's bad news, they'll take advantage of it to get their follower count up. I think it's doing something to our psyche.
It's devaluing life.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think some of us, when we look back over some of the stuff we posted when we turn like 50, 60 years old.
Already, when Facebook does those memory things, the day in the life.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, what was I thinking posting that? Why? Because it's stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like you said, like people just posting things 24/7 is taking away of the value, one of the time that you could be spending doing something else with someone.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, it's making life a little less lackluster for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, good. No, it absolutely is. And I think, you very rarely see me post about my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely. I don't post a lot about my kids, my family, me. I may crack jokes and stuff like that. But outside of that, I think it takes something away from you. Self-esteem wise. And like I've seen people, some social media influencers take the worst situations and leverage it for their benefit. They take their failures and market the mess out of that, make money off it. But I'm like, what is it doing to you? What is it doing to you internally too, though?
Yeah.
Because all this constant exposure of who you are as a person cannot be good for you long term.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a big part of maximizing your relationships is not just with other people, with yourself too. You have to feel better about yourself. Now, all of us, again, I'm guilty of it, posting some real dumb stuff, especially when
yeah,
just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just for the fun of it, you get caught up in the fun and the jokes and but I think that a big part of this world is relationships. And I think one of the areas we're failing the most at, relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it makes me think about, what are we doing to really watch this. When somebody dies, we mourn them. We have no guilt. Where you live, you maximize the relationship enough so when they die, you don't sit there and say, man, I should have, I could have, because by then it's too late.
Yeah.
The ones that are the craziest, I won't say the craziest, the most over the top at the funerals are usually the one that was most trifling while the person was alive.
True.
And guilt is overwhelming them, and grief.
Yeah, they're trying to make up for it.
Yep. And you can't make up for it at the funeral.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So value people enough to do right by them while they're alive, so you don't have that guilt when they pass away.
And it's weird because I still think that this time that we're in now is the perfect time to start building up those relationships, even though we're all kind of isolated. Like, just pick up the phone and call someone, say, hi, how are you doing? Just because we're all separate doesn't mean that we have to be distant from each other.
Right. And we don't. We can, you can connect on FaceTime. I know some people, they go to somebody's house and stand outside and just talk. They're away from each other, but they got masks on. I'm nervous about when it gets cold out. When it starts getting darker earlier.
Yeah.
And people's mental health during that time too.
That's
going to be something.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough for some people with the social distancing and stuff. It's going to be tough. But yeah, some people in the comments saying they think any attention is good attention. But what is it taking away from you in the process, though? And it's easy to get caught in that vortex too of social media.
No, it is.
Posting, yeah, doing devaluing yourself, as you say. That was a good point. Seeking attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when those likes start coming in, like it feels good. It's a source of validation, I guess, for what it is that you're posting.
Yep.
But if you're doing it, it's just for that attention.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And nosy people are gonna, especially if
Yeah.
nosy people are gonna come all on your page, see stuff, look at stuff. I think that it's just for all of us, what can we do better to make the most of our relationships now with our parents, our siblings? I can hear somebody saying, well, some folk are challenging to have relationships with. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Bible says, as much as lies in you, live at peace with everybody. As much as lies, Romans 12, I believe. As much as you can, live at peace with everybody. Meaning this, if some people you gotta be it, the only way you have peace with them is from a distance, stay at a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, hey, goodbye. Or some people in my family, I love them, but I very rarely, if ever, even talk to them because it's just too much.
I get it.
I love them, but our distance keeps us at peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want what's best for them.
Yeah. No, that it is what it is. Like you have to take care of yourself too. If you know being in a relationship with someone is going to do more damage than good, it's not worth it in the long run.
Absolutely. And something we're doing with our Connections Church, the more high tech we are, the more high touch we have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this artificial intelligence that's coming out, that's going to be doing stuff for us.
Yeah.
If the mental issues are bad now because of the online stuff, could you imagine what they're going to be like then?
It's already starting.
Yeah. So I give us all some homework assignments too. What relationships that you have that are good that you can make better? How can you make them better? And watch this. Don't put the responsibility on the other person per se. All right. Because what we do is, well, they're not making the move. But the reality is I'm talking about a good relationship where the person reciprocates. What can you do better? Can you call your parents more?
Mm-hmm.
Can you reach out to your grandparents more? Can you reach out to your aunts and uncles more? Your cousins more?
Yeah.
Your friends more? What can you do to positively connect and make that relationship better?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, are there some relationships where you can reconcile? Now, not everyone can be reconciled. Which ones can be reconciled?
Yeah.
Where you may not go back to how it was before, but there's some needed conversations with some people where the relationship can either be restored or you just kind of move on.
Yeah. I think part of that comes too with putting aside like your own pride.
Yeah.
Because I know I've been in relationships with people, and we stopped talking over the most stupid thing. So I had to put aside my own like thoughts and convictions of how I thought I was being mistreated over something that was so stupid. And now like I'm having a relationship with them and it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah. I think when you finally, when you get grown and start getting older, you start recognizing what are deal breakers and what aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, when you're younger, petty stuff has you
so stupid. Yeah.
The dumbest stuff. And you get all this feedback about your bangs.
I know, thank you.
She's so vain.
Love the eye rolls.
She's so vain. but I'm just playing. But what relationships? What relationships can like you said they can be better after.
Mm-hmm.
You talk them through. It was a simple misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I've learned now when I feel like there's conflict in a relationship, especially somebody I really love and care about, I just bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I can be too sensitive.
Yeah.
The person has no idea.
Yep.
And I'm feeling some type of way, or I think I offended the person.
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather clear the air so there's peace in the relationship rather than walking around with something against somebody.
Mm-hmm.
like we're too old to be walking around carrying all this stuff for the rest of our lives like this.
Yeah.
That in a way that's negatively impacting us. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know.
feel like that just starts a continuous cycle because then the other person's like, "What did I do to you?" And they're getting into their own feelings. Just talk about it.
Yeah. Be grown. Let's talk about it. This is what
Mm-hmm.
happened. This is what happened. Okay, I was right, or or you were right, and we can work this thing out. But I think it's sad that it takes usually the death of certain people to start. It shouldn't take the death of somebody to make you start valuing relationships.
Yeah.
Put it, if I can say it like that.
Yeah.
And some folk you may not like, and you'll never talk to them again. And guess what? That is absolutely okay.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you're at peace and not carrying around those issues, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like I would never tell somebody, should I go out to lunch with somebody that was abusing me for 30 years? No. Mm-mm. You don't have to at all. Forgiveness does not mean I'm restoring this relationship. Nope. Not gonna do it.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, we got some homework assignments, and we try to not just laugh and peruse these topics, but I want us to really think about some relationships that we can take a little seriously. Like, and some of us that are just busy, you get so caught up and time flies.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I haven't hit this person up in a minute.
And I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm not a telephone person.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who can talk on the phone for like 8 hours. I'm not that person.
That's too long.
But I do see that there's value, like I said earlier, just picking up the phone and asking and seeing how someone's doing. Because you never know the impact it might cause, in that person's life on that day. And people are going through. People are going through, especially right now.
Absolutely. And if there's one thing this pandemic is revealing, some relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Some relationships. Because to me, if I'm the one always reaching out, this relationship is lopsided.
Yeah.
And when it's like that, let me start backing up some, because obviously you don't value my presence that much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay if that's not, to your thing. But I think that relationships go both ways, and there must be some reciprocation. Because if it's always going one person's way, the other person's going to get offended.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least you can say you tried.
Mm-hmm.
And if it didn't work, it just didn't work. I'm talking about positive stuff, not no crazy stuff. Y'all be like, well, Pastor said, no, not crazy.
I didn't say that.
Not crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some positive relationships I think we all could do better with as it relates to connecting to people. Mm-hmm. We get so busy, we forget about the power of connections, and valuing folk while they're alive. Like some people, when's the last time we told them we loved them? Like,
Yeah.
And not, I love you.
No, you need to hear it. You need to say it.
Yeah, say it and show it too.
Mm-hmm.
Show it and say it. But that takes a lot of intentionality. And I get it. We all get busy. I'm busy, so I don't get a chance to talk to people as much as I want to. But, you want to live in such a way, again, where you don't feel guilty if something happened.
Yeah.
I know I did my part.
Yeah.
So y'all throw some questions in. Y'all been commenting a lot. Jeez, we got a lot of comments in here. Jeez. So, what's wrong with your thing?
What? What's wrong with it?
You keep moving your computer screen. What's wrong?
Oh, I'm just trying to get comfortable in these hard chairs that I'm sitting in.
Would you like another chair?
No, it's good. Well, at least I'm not playing and banging on the table like you do.
I haven't been banging on the table today. You've been banging on the table today. So, Sister LeBou, your daughter's about to. We're gonna maximize the relationship. I'm playing. Another thing about maximizing relationships too is, watch this, and is learning how to know the person, what reciprocation looks like to the person.
Mm-hmm.
We treat people the way we want to be treated. And we give to them what makes us happy. Not realizing, Sid, get the question again, because I was so far up. We give them what we want, and we wonder why they're not happy.
Right.
When the reality is, I got to know what makes you happy. This friendship, relationship, family, spouse, dating, marriage, whatever.
The love languages.
Yeah, and give you what you need to be happy. Which means this: if you're in a relationship, stop waiting for the person to guess. Because we do dumb stuff. Well, if you love me, you should know me by now. Say something. Say.
Is that how that works, really?
People do that foolishness too. If you love me, figure it out. No.
Wow.
No. You know, then after I say something, you know, been years, then you can start doing it. If you don't know me by now, you will never. You know that song, right?
Yes, I know that one.
Yeah, that's right. You do like old school music. Yeah, that's true.
Uh-huh.
Your parents did you well when it came to that part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they try to feed you other food too, but shouldn't. No.
Anyway.
But loving the person the way they desire to be loved, and them loving you the way you desire to be loved.
That would solve so many problems. To just talk about it too.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next question.
I asked this question in regard to the earlier discussion about negative impact of social media. Why do people get so mad when I say that I believe the violent video games have negative influence on young folks, where killing and murder seem almost normal? Well, that was a big discussion growing up when I was coming. I don't know what video games you play, Maya, but I played Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all those violent games and stuff like that. Wrestling.
Grand Theft Auto.
So I never played that before.
That game's really bad.
It is. I heard it.
Yeah, it's really bad. But I also really love to play it.
I tried. What's the it's not Fortnite. What's the other one? Call of Duty. I tried Call of Duty.
Oh yeah. That's bad too.
And it was Contra.
What's that?
You didn't have Nintendo?
No.
Nintendo? You didn't have a regular Nintendo?
That's PlayStation.
I forgot the age difference. So Contra on regular Nintendo, and that was a big concern of some of those violent video games. So like the Mortal Kombat, they had the blood code when it first came out on Genesis because they didn't want to, the finishing move, and they had blood in there, so you had to put the blood code in so the blood and all that stuff can come.
Really? Wow.
You never saw that before?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So when Mortal Kombat first came out, the parents got in such an uproar that, and some other people, that they had two different versions. They had the regular version where there was no blood. The finishing moves are kind of like, they were blah.
Uh-huh.
Put the blood code in, and blood came out. You were able to like rip people's limbs off, and you saw.
Oh my God.
It was something when it first came out, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, they're gonna make the kids more violent and stuff like that." Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I think
there's some truth to that, though.
There is some truth to it. I think there is some truth to it, depending on the child, their upbringing, and it does desensitize you to some things. So I think at a certain age, I think when Mortal Kombat came out, I was in junior high, I think.
So you were grown enough to know better.
Yeah, I knew better. I'm not gonna, I don't have a finishing move like Scorpion where I can throw something with my hand to me and uppercut them, and
Uh-huh.
But that's just like with sexual stuff now. You got 6-7-year-olds talking about they want to listen to that WAP song and all this stuff like that. It's just like the more you're exposed to it, the more desensitized you become to it. It doesn't mean everybody's going to become a violent murderer because they played Call of Duty when they were 7.
Yeah.
I think you have to know your child too. But I think a lot of what we're experiencing is people being desensitized to stuff because kids have to grow up so much faster now.
Mm-hmm.
They have to.
Yeah.
They're exposed to too much too soon.
Yeah. And then they're just doing what they know.
Yeah. I mean, 4th and 5th grade back in the day, do you like her? Ew. No, I don't like her. Now, 4th, 5th grade. Yeah, I like you. What's up?
Right. I remember we used to play that MASH game. Mary.
Yeah.
They have no clue anymore. They're just dating.
Right. I forgot about that MASH game.
You did.
I forgot about that. You like somebody, you throw dirt in their face, you know,
Right.
it's crazy stuff like that. But I think a lot of kids' innocence are being taken away.
Mhm.
So there could be some truth to that to a certain degree, but you have to know your child too.
Yeah.
But I think the more we're into, the more social media and the more we glamorize sex, I think the more you're going to start to see relationships, aren't as strong as they used to be.
Mhm.
And the need for relationships aren't that strong until people need them. Then all of a sudden, that's when they want a relationship. Marriage is becoming like something to do now for people.
Yeah.
It's like
I was reading, what was I reading earlier this morning? That people, I don't remember what it was, but I guess the value of marriage, because people can get divorces so easily now.
Mhm.
People are just doing it because it's fun or sparing the moment.
Yeah.
And then it's easy for them to get out of it.
Yeah, there's a study that when marriage became easier, divorce rates went up. I mean,
Mhm.
divorce rates got easier. Divorce got easier. Divorce rates went up.
Right.
And people start seeing marriage as something to do.
Mhm.
Well, let me try. If it don't work, it just doesn't work. But psychologists have shown that the law that getting a divorce is not pain free. In some cases, it can actually be more devastating than losing your spouse by death.
Oh, wow.
Because when you're a widow, your secrets die with that person.
Mm. True.
When you get divorced, you're severing something.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with alimony. If you got kids, child support, you got to deal with if they're dating somebody, are they going to share your secrets? The stuff that was personal to y'all, they know this stuff. And now they out there, are they talking about this to everybody else? And, those things are real.
Yeah.
Divorce is not pain free. Not at all. Not at all. So, but people nowadays are like their favorite celebrities are in like their second or third marriage.
Within a year.
They just move on, have kids with somebody, move on, hey, and then say, "Don't judge me," and just keep going.
Mhm.
And they don't think it's that easy. If somebody put it, divorce is like PTSD. It really can happen. Because when you tear something apart, it's actually very painful.
Yeah.
And especially if the divorce is very touch and go, like it's not like two grown folks saying, this didn't work out, let's just kind of go our separate ways. Y'all fighting in court, y'all, arguing all the time.
Nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, it just, that's very toxic and challenging.
Mhm.
And I think people don't understand that. So marriage is not just something to try. And then you got the group now where like, I don't want to get married. Let's just live together.
Wow.
Yeah. They're like, well, this is a piece of paper. You've heard that, right? People say that. It's just a piece of paper.
Mhm.
What's the point?
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. If it's just a piece of paper, then get it. But again, Desiree said it last Friday Fresh. It's a commitment thing. Because this generation always wants an out.
I'm hoping that there's some of us out there that,
Well, you're a hopeless romantic, so.
I am. There's got to be somebody out there.
You are a hopeless romantic, so we can't take you but so far. So, you probably watch all those chick flicks and be all crying and stuff. And
the Hallmark Channel is pretty good during the wintertime.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It's Christmas movies.
We wonder why y'all so crazy. Right. And then the children suffer too. Yep.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it. It's the children.
Yep. So I feel like we're rambling now. We're going through all these different topics at the end part. Somebody had a question. How would you start? Oh, the person asked, well, how would you start a dialogue with someone you no longer speak to because of a prior offense? It depends on who was the offender. If I answer both ways. If I say if I did something wrong to Maya, and Oh, he's so dramatic. Somebody gonna put you in a bachelorette.
You never know.
Say I did something offensive to Maya, where it was to the point where she was so offended she just didn't want to be around me. Me being the offender, I would have to first own up to what I did and apologize. An apology without an excuse goes a long way.
Yep. That's the difference for me.
Yep. Sometimes it's saying, I'm sorry. And because the reasoning behind it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter when the person's significantly hurt. I apologize, and watch this. I give the person space to heal and make a choice. I think when we do somebody wrong, we try to make them come back.
Right.
I'm so sorry. Let's get, and it's like, nah, man, I would have to give her some space after that conversation, and she shares her heart and those things, to give her that space to decide whether she wants the relationship back the way it was before.
Right.
Now, if she offended me to the point where I was hurt, which is a possibility.
You say it like that for.
As the offended person scripturally, the Bible says if you've been offended, go to the person.
Mm-hmm.
So if she offended me, I would just set up a conversation. Maya, can we talk? So happened. It hurt.
Yeah.
And then let the conversation go from there.
Right. No, you have to give the person the opportunity to own up to it and to apologize.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I've had to figure out based off that conversation and what was done, because the restoration is based off what happened and what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You if you walk around, you punch my family, ain't no recovery from that. I'll forgive you, but ain't no.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't. You might fight me if one day you eating and I put and I just come and mix your food together.
Oh, it's over. I'm never talking to you again, Kaepernick.
pour some green juice on top of your food.
Oh, that would be so bad. That might actually cause a fight.
Especially if the food was good.
Yeah.
The only way I would do that is if I had another plate set aside for you. And I'll pour it on there and just see how you react and just slide the other one in. Here you go. Y'all women in food are funny. So my daughter, she's crying.
It's true.
She's upset. I was like, oh, whatever. I can't remember what happened. I'm like, you want some chips? Yes, and stop crying. I'm like, y'all start early.
The only fight I've gotten in with a friend was over quesadillas. Because she ate my quesadillas.
I need to hear this story. So
this is college,
mm-hmm.
sophomore year. So I was a broke college student,
mm-hmm.
right? I didn't have any more free entries at the cafeteria, so I bought myself some quesadillas.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go to class. So I asked her if she could just hold them for me. I'd come and get them after class and have them for dinner. I went. She ate my quesadillas. So here's the problem. I wasn't mad because she ate my quesadillas, but because she was like, oh, sorry, I had them. So that's what really made me mad. She didn't really apologize.
That was a dumb. Oh, you shouldn't have gave them to me. I wouldn't have ate them.
Yeah, like one of those things.
Why didn't you eat them in class? You weren't allowed to eat in class?
No.
Okay.
I didn't think so.
Wait. So you said you got into a fight?
It wasn't like a physical fight, but it was.
I'm like, okay.
It wasn't that bad, but a couple doors were slammed, and we deleted each other from Facebook. It's the stupidest thing. We laugh about it now.
So wait a minute. So this is your roommate?
No, it wasn't my roommate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why was y'all slamming doors?
I don't know. She lived down the hall.
So she went and slammed her door and you went and slammed yours?
Something like that. It was really dramatic and stupid.
I hate you. I hate you too.
I'm never talking to you again.
And slam the door.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a physical fight?
Once, yeah.
When?
This was in high school or
really?
Middle school.
Did you win?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, I wasn't playing.
Your mom
She
just
learned that day. I'll just leave it there.
she learned that day. She learned that day.
She did. And the worst part too was that she was my neighbor.
Mm.
So
And what did she do to you?
she kept on pulling my hair.
Okay.
So I was like, look, you better stop. Like, it's about to go down. And she did it that one last time. And that was it. And the bad part was she was older than me. I looked back and like all the other 6th graders were standing behind me and they're like, Maya, we got you.
It's so funny. Well, all right. I think this is hilarious. I wish I could have seen you fighting then. So I can't see you fighting anybody.
It's
But
the
your
quiet
mom,
ones.
no,
Don't
but
worry.
your mom did tell me that you had a little temper on you. So yes, it's true. A nice one though. Why are you banging the table?
I was by accident. Sorry.
Was you mad at the table? So you gonna start hitting that too? What did the table do to you? All right, let's get out of here.
Aggression.
All right, let's get out of here. So anything else you need to share? What's going on this week?
Oh, so we have a parent talk tonight. Daddy talk tomorrow on Bishop's page. Of course, we have Word Impact on Wednesday. Thursday, we have another board at the Plaza. That one's gonna be funny.
Okay.
Last week's did really well too.
You said it's Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
Yep, they come out every Thursday. Is when we have
Okay.
the new board at Bethany. And then yeah,
Okay.
Friday. I don't think we don't have a live on Friday.
No, we don't.
Mm-mm.
No, we're good Friday. Yeah. I think Fresh is back next week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
And communion is coming Sunday too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We got it.
Oh, Focus tomorrow. Yeah, the Focus ministry tomorrow.
It is September starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Interesting.
Time goes by fast.
Oh, Kife had a question. I'm sorry, we forgot all about Kife. Would it be hurtful not to talk to your parents after an ugly exchange of conversation? How would you both react to your dad saying, "What have you done for the family lately?" Well,
I don't think I would ever say that to my dad.
I think the dad said that to him.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a few things. First, we talked about this before. Whenever someone makes an accusation against you, the first thing you have to do is look within yourself to see if the accusations are true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I give this person a reason to say this? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing. And if I did give this person a reason to say that, then I need to go make amends and do better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because at the same time, a parent saying, "What have you done for the family lately?" What is their expectation of you? Also, because that's coming from a person's expectation. So you have to ask that question too, to figure out what that person's expectation is for you. To me, the Bible says, honor your parents and everything, even the bad ones. It doesn't mean you have to be close to your parents, to all of them, especially if they're, parents. Some parents, you don't need to be close to them because they're so negative and so
toxic.
Toxic. Yeah, that was a perfect word. Thank you. But I think that we have to honor them and do what's in our capacity for that person while they're still alive, good or bad.
Because otherwise that comes back on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even if that means distancing yourself, but doing what you can from a distance, I think that's the right thing. Pastor Chris Hill, when he came to Power God a couple of years ago, talked about how his father wasn't in his life growing up. And when he started to reconnect, that's when his father got sick. And before his dad passed away, he had spent his time taking care of a man who wasn't there for him at all.
Wow.
And that takes some maturity to do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of maturity to do. But the Lord had fit for him to take care of his father during that time before he passed away, I guess, to work out some stuff before, he died. So I would say this. Am I being a good child? Number one. If my parents are good, am I being a good parent, good child to the parents? If my parents are toxic, What can I do within my capacity to still be a good child and honor them in some way, shape, or form, even if we're not going to be close again? A big part of forgiving your parents is understanding that some folk are meant to bring you into the world, and that's it. You'll stay disappointed with them when you expect them to be somebody they can't be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I'm done.
I was going to say something. I think as children, we look at our parents and have a big expectation of them. But we have to realize, too, that they are human and they make mistakes and they have their own issues that they've had to deal with. And, you know, that might come out with how they relate with you. So I think sometimes having that different perspective can help, you know, the relationship, too, that you have with your parents.
Absolutely. I think we talked about that before. We talked about, you know, the situation may not change, but your perspective of it has to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you change the way you see. You start seeing your parents as adults rather than just your parents.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you start seeing them as human beings, it makes it easier to forgive them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to move on. So I think that's important too. And that'll help you forgive your parents when you understand that they are adults first. See them as a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It'll start changing your perspective some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else before we go? It's almost 2 o'clock.
Yeah, so Blue Love, Parent Talk is today at 8 p.m. on Bishop's Page, and Daddy Talk is tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So you can tune in then.
Cool. All righty. If all hearts and minds are clear, the Lord bless all of you. The Lord keep you, heaven smile upon you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.